How to train your mind to think in English. In this video, I'm going to share my strategies, my best strategies so that you can train your mind to think in English. I assume that you are not a beginner anymore, but you are struggling to get fluency in English. When you speak in English, your mind starts translating from your native language. And because of that, you get stuck. If this is happening with you, then you need this lesson. In this video, we will be learning how to train our mind to think in English. I'll be sharing 4 powerful tips that will help you to train your mind to think in English. And at the end of this video, I'll also give you a task. Okay, so watch this video right till the end. First of all, if you really want to improve your English, if you really want to start thinking in English, then you need to start embracing your mistakes. Making mistake is a part of learning process. And the more you practice, the more natural your thoughts will flow in English. You know, learning English is just like learning to ride a bicycle. When you start learning bicycle, you will fall down a few times, but it's a part of mastering the skill. In the same way, when you start learning English, in the beginning, your sentences, your phrases will be very short. You will not be able to have long and meaningful thoughts and dialogues, but that is fine. You will gradually improve. With time, you will be able to connect ideas more easily if you follow the tips that I'm going to share in this video. Okay, so my first tip to train your mind to think in English is talk to yourself in English. Talk to yourself in English. This activity is very simple. In order to practice thinking in English, you just need to make simple observations. Just look around you and observe the room you are in and make simple statements. Whatever you are seeing around you, start talking about that in English. You will find many topics on which you can talk. Suppose you are brushing your teeth, just observe yourself in the mirror. Notice your hair, notice your face, notice the things around you, and just talk to yourself intentionally in English. So you can talk like this in your mind. I'm picking up my toothbrush. I'm picking up the toothpaste. I am putting toothpaste on my toothbrush. I like the color of my toothbrush, but my toothbrush is very old. I should buy a new one. This time I'll buy a different color toothbrush so it doesn't get mixed up with my husband's. Okay, so this way you can make fun and interesting conversations in your mind. So I just gave you a simple example. You can make more complex sentences by just asking questions from yourself. Okay, so observe your surrounding and talk about that in English and narrate your actions, what you are doing at that moment. Talk about that in English. All right. Now my second tip to train your mind to think in English is become a narrator. Become a narrator. To narrate means to tell a story about something in your own words. Okay. So for this activity, you need to listen any podcast or you can even watch any English video. Okay, after listening, after watching that video or listening to the podcast, you need to narrate the story in your own words. So whatever you hear, just narrate that story in your own words. Okay, this way you can train your mind to think in English. Speak for at least 2 minutes. If 2 minutes is too much for you, then you can speak for 1 minute. No problem. You will have to make that decision based on your ability to do it. Okay, so I would highly recommend you to listen any English podcast or watch any English video and narrate that story in your own words. All right. Now my third tip to train your mind to think in English is write daily summary. I have already told you about how writing is so magical in my previous video. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that video on my channel. Okay, so writing daily summary will help you to start thinking in English. You need to just write whatever you have done throughout the day. It is not necessary that you only write in the night time. No, maybe you are busy at night preparing for the work next day. So you could write in the afternoon, okay, and summarize your morning. You can summarize your day at work. You could write in the evening and summarize your afternoon, summarize your morning. Okay, so the more you practice, the faster you get the results. Now, my fourth tip to train your mind to think in English is describe images. This activity is very effective. When you describe images, you need to think in your mind. Okay? You can simply find images in Google. You just need to Google images for picture descriptions and you will find many images. Okay? So you can make observations about how people look, their clothing, their background, and you can even make statements about what they are doing. Okay? So here is an image which I am going to describe. In this image, we might say that the image captures a joyful birthday celebration where a young girl stands at the center, smiling brightly as she receives a gift from her friends. Her friends are surrounding her, handing her presents, and everyone is laughing and enjoying the moment. The girl is saying something to one of her friends, likely thanking them. The room is decorated with colorful balloons and a birthday banner. On the table, there is a beautiful birthday cake at the center. Around the cake, there are plates, cups filled with juice, ready for everyone to dig in once the candles are blown. So this way you can describe any image in your own words to train your mind to think in English. Now here is a task for you. You will see an image on the screen. You can pause the video and observe that image carefully. And you need to describe that image in your own words in the comment section below. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If yes, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in next one. Until then, stay happy, take care, bye-bye.